Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Thursday, August 1st, 2024. So, on this very august day, that is to say August 1st.
Yes.
Did you do the crossword?
Yes.
And did you do so expeditiously?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it didn't take me too long, I guess.
Really?
For Thursday, I guess I actually did it a little more quickly than usual.
So that would be a yes then.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Because it took me some time to figure out what was going on with the theme.
Well, I was sort of sad about the theme because as soon as I got to the revealer, I had already filled in all but one of the themed clues. And I figured out what it was talking about. I'm like, oh, I know what. And then it's like, oh, I've already got most of the puzzle filled in. So I was only able to use the theme or, use the revealer on the last themed clue.
I see. Well, as long as we're on the topic of themes, why don't you talk about this one?
Okay. There were a number of starred clues going across, and the answers that I got made absolutely no sense at all. For example, the first one was 17 across. They're found next to the cabarets, and the answer to that was exponents. And the next one was 24 across, viable investment plans, and the answer was Ponzi schemes. So like when you get answers that don't make any sense, then you know that there's got to be something going on. Either you're going to have to put in a rebus, add more letters, or, find a way to snake letters up or down or whatever, or else you're going to have to take out letters. And so as it turned out, you had to take out letters, but not from the puzzle, from the clues. And the revealer clue told you which letters to take out because that was 61 across. Many a gym goer's goal, or what the starred clues in this puzzle must have for their answers to make sense. And that was ripped abs. Ripped abs. So if we go back to the first one, 17 across, they're found next to cabarets. Well, if you take out the ab, if you rip out the ab, ripped ab, you get, they're found next to carrots, and those are exponents. And like the next one, viable investment plans, if you rip the ab, it's vile investment plans, vile investment plans. And of course, those are Ponzi schemes. A rather fun one was 38 across. They might be marked as absent, but take out the ab, and they might be marked as sent. The answer was emails.
Yes.
So, and then let's see, 40 across. That was a funny one too. Baby talk. Take out the ab. You get by talk, and that's orally. And then finally, the one I actually got to use, taking out the ab and getting the right answer, was 49 across. Like some nasty habits, take out the ab, like some nasty hits below the belt was the answer. So That was the theme. Very clever.
Yes.
I always think it must be a real challenge to come up with a clue that you can manipulate some way to create, a whole different answer, like taking out the ABs. It's like, who thinks like that? I'm going to create clues where you have to take out the AB and then you can answer the puzzle.
Well, I can tell you, Rajaswari Rajamani, who wrote this one, thinks like that.
I know, but I just think I think that would be very difficult. I think it'd be more difficult than actually, like putting in a rebus or like the wormhole one, or I think that would be really tough. So, anyway, that was the theme.
Yes. One thing, everyone's using computers nowadays to at least help with crosswords. So they might be able to do a search where they look for a phrase with ab in it and then just see what they can
But you have to be able to take ab out and then have a completely different phrase
Right.
that you can create an answer for.
Mm-hmm.
That I think would be kind of tricky.
Oh, I'm not trying to trivialize it, but I'm just saying that they might be able to use computers to help them.
Maybe.
I haven't read wordplay, so I'm not sure if Rajaswari took that route or not. But yeah, I had trouble because I didn't because I hadn't gotten to the revealer, and I think I might have gotten most of these filled out. Like, for example, exponents, I'm like, okay, it looks like exponents, whatever. And then I think I decided I would just wait till I got to the revealer. And then I was able to confirm everything. But at first, when I read the revealer, I sort of skipped over parts. I really shouldn't skip over parts of the revealer. What the starred clues in this puzzle must have, and for their answers to make sense. So, like you said, you have to read the clues, not the answers.
Right.
But most of the time, you look at the answers, and I'm like, what's the abs got to do? And then I read it over more carefully, and it's like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very, very clever, and I love that aha moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
5 across. Once again, one of my many weaknesses when it comes to solving crosswords, alcoholic drinks. Cocktail served in a copper mug, familiarly, was a mule.
A mule.
Are you familiar with
I
a
believe
mule?
it's called a Moscow mule, but I don't know what it involves. But maybe vodka would be a logical thing.
Right.
Since it's called a Moscow mule. So, but no, I don't. I've never had one.
Oh, okay. I'm not planning to start.
Never seen one either. So
I loved what happened in the right corner. They had 9 across, like a kite, and the answer was avian.
Right.
And then they had 13 down, things weavers weave, nests.
Right. Yes.
That was really well done.
Yes. Yes, it was.
I'm sure when the editor, that would be Joel Fagliano, was contemplating this, he probably looked at that and said, "There's got to be something good in here. Just check out those two." So, and there were lots of great clues in here.
There were, yes.
I did have trouble with 7 down, spare perhaps. So I started thinking about, is it Prince Henry, or who's the spare heir?
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
So, but in any event,
Prince Harry.
You're right.
Not Henry.
Isn't that his real name?
His real name, yeah. But
well, he's always Henry to me. I like to be formal with my royalty. But anyway, so I had, for various reasons, I decided let alone was going to be correct. You sort of spare them, you let them alone.
Oh,
so I just had let alone.
Let alone, not let alone.
Well, I went for let alone, and then I realized that 31 absolutely positively split had to be divided.
Right.
So then I had let love. And eventually I decided how to spell Ponzi, and so it became let live.
Right.
Spare, perhaps, let live.
I was thinking of a spare, like something extra, but but no, it was
spare as in
spare somebody's
do
life.
not dispatch them.
Right.
Let's see here, 19 across. I was sure I knew the answer to that. AirPods come in them. And I wanted it to be cases, but that didn't fit. It was pairs.
It was. I put white because I've never seen any colored AirPod.
I think they all are white.
Yeah, but that didn't work too long.
Mm-hmm. That whole top right corner caused me problems. Like 11 down, bad apple or sour grapes, e.g., was idiom.
Yep.
I had to get a few letters before I realized that. And then champagne name, it's like, great, another alcoholic drink. It was Moet.
It was Moet. I remembered that. We've had that before.
And yeah, I think I remembered part of it. Isn't there an applesauce called Moet as well?
Musselman's.
That's a little bit longer than Moet.
Yeah.
There's not an applesauce called Moet?
No, but I think there's like bathroom fixtures called Moen, Moen.
Any applesauce involved?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking.
Uh-huh.
10 down, middle ground from the Latin was via media.
Yes, I never heard that term before.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like the name of, some conglomerate that owns a bunch of stations. Hello, welcome to Via Media.
Yes.
May I help you?
Yes, that's what I thought.
Please listen carefully as our menu has changed. Press 1. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Mm-hmm. I liked 29 down. Many pages are written using this HTML.
Yes.
I was thinking, computer, typewriter, pen, pencil. HTML.
Yep. That was clever.
Uh-huh.
But the crosses were, I thought, pretty gentle, I guess. Except maybe measure the depth of plumb.
Oh.
That might have been a problem for some folk.
Maybe.
42 across, like corduroy fabric, ridgy, R-I-D-G-Y.
Yep.
I got that and I thought, that can't possibly be right.
No, it's correct. I had ribby because it's corduroy, it's the pattern.
Right.
Is the texture is, it's sort of like in ribs.
Mm-hmm.
So I had ribby.
See that?
But I don't think that's a word.
I'm not convinced that ridgy is a word. I mean, it's in the New York Times crossword,
right.
But then that Y was from 27 down. Novelist Miller. At first, I thought Arthur, and then I thought
he is a novelist.
But he isn't. He's a playwright.
Oh.
Arthur Miller. He did like The Crucible.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if he maybe wrote a book.
Maybe.
But in any event, this was Henry Miller. And I thought perhaps it's Henri with an I to go along with, I don't know what I was thinking it was going to, no, I guess it would have been Henre to go along with ridge.
Oh, yeah.
But it wouldn't make sense to say that corduroy fabric is ridge.
No.
That just sounds totally wrong.
Right. Yeah, you needed an adjective there.
And let's see, right above that, we had, I just want to go back to 40 across, baby talk becoming by talk. I was like, what's a by talk? I was thinking like a bystander or like a by, I was thinking about things. It's like, what is a by talk? But then I realized it's by talk orally. Right. I thought that was a great clue.
Very clever.
Sort of like two puzzles in one. First, you got to figure out what the actual clue is, and then you got to figure out the answer to the clue. I mean, I really appreciated that.
That's right.
That sort of onion-like effect there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have problems with 20 across? 20 across being nearsighted sort, myope?
Well, I had the M and the Y, so I thought, it's myopia, but of course that was too long. So I thought maybe it's myopi, but no, it turned out to be myope with a silent E at the end. But I'd never heard that word before, myope.
Yeah, I would have thought a nearsighted sort would have been myopic.
That's the adjective, but This is a noun. I guess you can call someone a myope.
Well, no, it says a nearsighted sort. To say that you're a nearsighted sort is to say you are myopic, isn't it?
Well, sort meaning person.
Right.
Yeah, so a nearsighted sort could be called a myope.
Yes, I understand. I was just thinking that myopic would also work.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But in any event, it didn't.
As an adjective, yeah.
Right, it didn't in this case.
He's a myopic sort.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just say he's a myope.
Right. 49 down, flower shop purchases was bulbs.
Yes.
And then we had 53 down, flower shop purchase was a pot.
That's right.
So we had that sort of...
I know, everything but a flower.
Yeah. We had birds in the top right, and we had flowery purchases in the bottom left. Let's see. Oh, and 68 across, trick-taking card game was scat.
Yes.
And I thought that's a form of singing. But apparently,
it is. That's true.
But that's spelled with a C.
Yes, it is. This
so
was spelled with a K.
Have you ever played scat with a K?
I believe I have,
Oh.
but I do not remember the rules.
How about the score?
No.
You don't remember the score? Okay.
No.
And then we had stylized name for a caffeinated soft drink, Mountain Dew, spelled MTNDEW, 48 down.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Yes, I didn't think about that, but I guess it is stylized.
And I don't know why, 57 down, company that acquired Postmates in 2020 was Uber.
That's right.
And I looked at Postmates and decided, Post-it notes. And
That's
it's like,
what I was thinking
really?
too. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like, why is Uber buying Post-it notes? They have to leave like little messages for themselves.
Well, all I had there was the B, so I said, it's got to be eBay, because eBay is often, used in that regard, because I think it does kind of swallow up some of those other auction sites, or it has in the past. But no, Uber. I don't even know what Postmates is. It must be some sort of transportation service.
Postmates, food delivery, groceries, alcohol, anything from. We don't even get drugs that way, probably.
Wow.
Probably
not.
But that's interesting that they would do order delivery or pickup. I mean, that sounds like they just sort of Uber bought itself into the market.
The delivery business, yeah.
Just like they did with the Uber boats in London. It's the same strategy.
Right.
Okay, well, and so when you looked at that, you started thinking about Post-it notes as well?
Yes, I did. I had no idea what Postmates was.
Right.
But I did think, maybe it was eBay. So, anyway.
All right. Well, this crossword was by, as we mentioned, Rajeswari Rajamani, and it was excellent.
Yep.
I think worth 5 squares on the Jam CR scale.
I'd give it that.
So well done, Rajeswari. Really, really fun Thursday crossword.
Yes, it was.
I think it should be in the running for the Jam Katwa.
They all are.
That's true. That's true. We haven't ruled out anyone yet.
No.
We will be announcing our vice presidential choice for Jam Katwa. No, we'll be addressing the runner-up for Jam Katwa. No, we won't. We'll be doing the whole shebang as usual on Saturday.
That's right.
But between now and then, we're going to have Friday with some awesome Fun Fact Friday, as well as our usual analysis of the day's crossword. So please tune in for that. Remember to tell all your friends and relations about us and leave us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening to this podcast. And we'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.